Dom Link, it's your boy Hank. Welcome to another video, another trailer. Well, not a trailer. We just finished the trailer first. Scott Pilgrim. We're gonna watch the episode 1 together. Super excited to be reviewing this again. Super short series, 8 episodes. Might be a season 2. We don't know. Like I said in the trailer, I'm not super familiar with Scott Pilgrim. I did watch a movie, but not enough time to be like, oh, yo, I know this by heart. So, this is a fresher look. This is a fresh look on the series. I know, but don't know in depth. It's a fresher look where I have nothing to expect. And yeah, I'm super excited to start. This is episode 1. Again, buckle your seatbelt. There's a really cool intro. Like, yo, this episode was actually pretty cool. I had a good time. Again, it wasn't. It was just enjoyable. It was just like low low energy entertainment. It's not something where I'm like, holy shit, whoa, look at the plot, look at the character, look at the fighting scene. It's just something that's good. It's comfy food. It's comfy food in a in a series. Got a really cool intro to begin the show, right? We're gonna get animation right away. I was like, holy shit, right? We showed some characters, right? Some of the plot, and again, I think it's kind of refreshing that a show starts with the intro. So often we're seeing cold open. So often we're seeing recap. Now we're seeing the intro, which is again what we're supposed to show in the beginning. A lot of them, a lot of people from the movie, right, are involved hugely. When I wrote that, I didn't see the trailer yet, so right away I remembered enough to know that certain person, like the person who played Wonder Woman, remember as Brie Larson. I remember Scott Pilgrim being played by Michael Shera. And yeah, it's just super cool that those people were involved, and I'm like, oh wow, it's amazing. It's called we wake up in a desert, right? Super retro feeling. It's super retro, and it's kind of crazy because again, I'm retro because I'm 30 years old, but it feels retro to me, so it must feel retro to a lot of people. And it's funny because since it feels retro to me, and I know it's not that far off from me, imagine people from now on, from that was born in the millennium or in the '08, '09, '10, and they're seeing this and like, holy shit, it must be such a trajectory for them. Then again, it's retro for me, it's retro for you, so is it the same retro, is it the same feeling? I don't know. um Introduce Ramonia, right? Which is basically Ramon. I wrote Ramonia not knowing her name. It's Ramona, which is the dream girl, right? We got Scott. He wakes up. There's this super cool thing where it's introduced. You got the name, you got the age, you got the vocation. So it's kind of simple. Why? So especially in a show like that where it works. Why take time out of the? Okay, so we know an episode is 28 minutes. We got 8, so let's put 30. Let's put 4 hours, right? Why waste time out of a 4 hour? That's actually like 2 movies. That's not a lot of time. To introduce a character when you can just write down some things like Scott, 22 years old. Roommate is introduced as Wallace. He's a cool gay roommate, and again, I think it's just fucking so fucking funny because again, this is retro and referring to somebody as a cool gay roommate. You're like, oh, he's more than just a gay roommate. But then the fact that he says cool. It's such a simple thing, but it shows that okay, Scotty's okay with him being gay. Scotty's okay with him. He thinks he's cool. He likes the guy. So it's enough to say, yeah. This is it's a super simple. It's a really simple like title if you want, but it does show that Scott like yo, that's my boy. And I thought it was really nice. 25 years old, described a mysterious girl, right? This guy from is dreams, amazing effect where the roommates like get your own stuff because Scott is living with him, and Scott is like, yeah, I have my own stuff. And then the roommate he walks in the apartment and it showcase every single item in the apartment, like a table, like a coat rack, like a fridge, and it's all belonging to Wallace. And there's a coat, and this coat belongs to Scott. So Scott Pilgrim, right? So I thought it was super cool. Again, a super simple way of showing that yo, this is what's going on, which I really enjoy. Like get yourself caught, says I have, and then showcase what everyone have. Love the animation because again, it's super simple, but it works. Well, let's make some coffee, and Scott he still the coffee, even though we just had a conversation about Wallace having his shit, right? Coffee. Now to say animation Toronto, baby, to say Toronto, Canada. Of course, the Canadian, I had to say, yeah, baby, because again, we're trying to push, not trying to push, but we're in a situation where something is presenting us and something cool is representing us. I think we're so focused or hyper focused on things that are negative, that are representing us in a bad way or in a bad light. Then you have this and you're like, holy shit, bro, this is enjoyable, right? Our characters introduced in cool fashion, right? The band, possibly an original song from them, but I don't know. Um, Scott is fucking chill, right? Scott is fucking chill because again, the way he's talking to people, and he's just a genuine good guy. He's not a hero. He's just like this normal dude. It's actually a cool dude. He wants to bring a girl to the party, but she's not his girlfriend, right? Which is weird. So then after we know that he's talking about Knife, and Knife, she's this girl who's not really his girlfriend, but he sticks around because, and there's kind of like an asshole thing about that, but no, Scott knows she likes him, so he's nice to her because she likes him. But Scott keeps her around because she's one of the only fan of the band, and he's like, "Yo, I don't mind you being around. You're one of the only like I know you love me." And why I'm saying that is because he never really says I don't love you, right? Which is something deplorable. But then again, he's not hurting her feeling. He doesn't want to hurt her feeling, and he's not deluding on. It's not like they kissed. The old end once, right? Okay, goes to a party like in the movie where we all remember that scene where Michael Shera, he meets Ramona and they fall in love. There's this really cool moment where he meets a girl and he's like, that girl from my dream, right? We get the fizz of the cola. He drinks. He looks at his cup. There's a cola. He fizzes the cup. We're drinking, and again, super simple animation, super simple effect, but still it works. So why not? Um, Cola, he makes the first move. He talks about Sonic, so like, bruh. Uh, then I wrote the Meet Julian. I don't know what that is. Um, you learn that it's the dream girl Ramona, right? Yeah, it's not Julian, it's Julie. And by the way, he's talking about a dream, and she's like, "Nah, I'm only in a dream because it's a space highway," which is something that she's inventing, which is super cool. Because Ramona, she's a bit out there. She's not weird, but she's original, and you can tell when people fall in love with her. She's that kind of character. She's super fun, and yeah, really enjoyable. Um, DVD, all info, no matter how negative, push. Scott to want to date her. Okay, so Julie, she's talking about Ramona. She's like, "What's up with that girl?" Right? And she tells information about how she lost her job. She has this new job. She just came here. She doesn't have a friend, and everything she's saying is like cut. Like, "Oh, I can be that guy. I can be that guy. I can be that guy." So right away, everything that's negative Scott is taking it as a positive, which is a sad move, right? He wants to date her, so he orders the DVD, right? There's a cute wedding scene because again, this is retro, so this is not Netflix. They said it's Netflix, but oh my fucking god, dude! I just realized something. Back then, you would order a DVD, right? It wouldn't be insane. You would have somebody to deliver it to you, right? And they say it's Netflix, and I was like, well, Netflix automatic, but no, Netflix made the show, so they did it a blockbuster, but a blockbuster instead is named Netflix, which is smart and appreciate because again it's like a little wink of it. Yo, we put that out there, right? There's a QA saying she remember him. I'm like, hell yeah, she remembers you. And then she says, is your name Wallace? And it's like, no, that's my gay roommate. He lets me borrow his card. And then she asked her, Romana, she asked him, is that the kind of sugar daddy situation? Which is hilarious, underrated comedy. And then Scotty's just like, what? Because he doesn't understand, but even if he doesn't understand, I thought it was yo, bro. I thought the humor here was cool, right? He asked her on a date, she says yes, right? And again, the first time he spoke about Sonic, which is possibly not the best thing to talk about it with a girl on her first date. Oh no, maybe she likes Sonic, but if she doesn't, that's kind of like it. I don't know, bro. Maybe that's the move, and because I'm single and I don't know. Maybe that's the move. Maybe I should try that. So now she talks about the X-Men because she got an X, right? And she talk about the X-Men. She has no clue what she's talking about, and she's like, "Oh, is that Sonic?" And it's like, "Nah." And I wrote down, "Dude's a nerd," and it affects fashion because again, that it was kind of cute. We learned that Ramona she moved for work right? She asks Scott, "What are you doing?" Scott is like between job, right? And she doesn't mind. There's a weird chemistry where it's kind of working. It's kind of working that they're having this chemistry. They're both a little weird. The date isn't something I would call an amazing date. It's not going super well, but it works here, right? They're super cute, right? And then there's a creepy dude that appears. We don't know who he is, right? But he's filming them. You see them holding hands. Ooh. Then they go back home. We appear in a mysterious door, right? It's a space subway again. I love the animation. The animation is super good. Scott is in her apartment, so I'm like, yeah, buddy. We made it. Yeah. She hugs him plus kiss, right? And she's in her bra, so we know how it happened. But a individual video game when they kiss, right? And we're expecting a non-PG moment, but then Scott is like, I'm not really ready. And she respects that. It's like, okay, no problem. Right? And we learn that when they're sleeping, we learn that there's a leak of her ex. Yeah, like the movie, right? Gideon is a president, and she's talking about Gideon just a little bit before. She's like, he's a friend, right? We got he's the president, right? Yes, he brings one of the Matthew, which is the first like ex, and she asks him, what is the combat experience of Scott Pilgrim, and it's like I heard that he's the best in his province, right? And then they talk about that evil plan, how she's not gonna date anybody else, and then they're having this evil plan, evil laugh, right? It does sound cringe, but it's not. It's actually really well made. There's the color they use, the red color, the darker tone. It's really cool because so far when we're with Scott, it's very color. It's really colorful, right? Even after that, he's like early morning, right? Cause Scott asked for a second date. It works. She's gonna come to the show, and then we're going out. And it's funny because when he's going out, he's kind of seeing the color and the lights, and they're sparkling. And you know they're not really sparkling, just because his perception is that the whole world is more colorful. The whole thing is more sparkling. That's his whole reality, and I thought it was fantastic, right? Tell her, right, invites his band. Scott seducing her, huge smile. What I says, and with knife. Knife again is the date of Scott, the girl I was talking about. How he wasn't really leading her on, but just like, yo, she got feeling for you, and if you date Ramona, make sure that you end it because the plan is not to hurt her, right? And then he says yes. Matthew's like, yo, he's like, yo, read the letter, right? And Matthew, we know is the first, right? Because we know he's got summoned by Gideon. He learned he read the first letter. It's kind of cute because he reads like, oh, evil ex-boyfriend, oh, fight, oh, I'm Matthew. So you know the bigger line, but then it says blah blah blah. So you can say he doesn't he doesn't really pay attention to the letter, and then he showed the letter says boring. We got Stacy Pilgrim, right, which is his sister, and they keep telling her Knife, like, oh, Scott is no good, don't worry. But Knife, she doesn't know that Scott is gonna be breaking up with her. Scott, he's stuck between Knife and Ramona. Ramona, she comes in, Knife, she sees him, so he runs away. Then we go to see the band, right? The band name of the band is kind of cute. It's Sex Bomb, and why it's kind of cute is because it's actually like they sound good. And I understand it's like for a show and they probably have a real band. But still the fact that they put in those original songs, the fact that they put in this animation, the fact that we know that Scott he wants to be a musician, I thought it was kinda cute. I thought it was really well made. We got a first fight, right? A super fucking nice animation of how they fight. You see the other guy is charging, and you see Scott he does like this and says, "Oh, repulsion," and they're calling out names like it's a fucking anime, which is something I kind of liked. Ramona, she has a first able boyfriend, send the boyfriend, right? And it's kind of cool because he's like, "Are you Scott Pilgrim?" And says, "Why are you asking?" He said, "Didn't you read my letter?" And then Scott's like, "Not really." And then the evil ex-boyfriend's like, "Yo, I went through a blizzard to bring it to you." And you can kind of see this evil guy going through a blizzard, and you realize that he's not strong at all. He's just like a normal person. Animation, Hilarious. A boyfriend loved the letter. We got seven ex-boyfriend, right? And they're each stronger than each other, right? It's a super adorable flashback of Ramona and Matthew when they've been together because Ramona, she was, everybody had a crush on her, but only him, he respected her. right? There's a super cool flashback where you see the animation changing to a less like a more narrow palette of color, which is a showcase of black and white or a brown TV, right? Which is something that's old school. We love. It's super cute because the kids, right? And the first fight, Maddie actually has power, right? And he brings a kill, and it's like the retro game, so that he fights and then he hits Scott, and then he actually has a spot of KO, which was something we would see in an arcade game. So yeah, so this is the end of the first episode. We see Ramona. She's like, oh no, what happened? She's worried. We don't know what's gonna go next because again, we finished the episode, but it's super enjoyable. Yo, I'm really looking forward to episode 2. As always, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.